the city of Aurora, paid internships. And when I would send them to HR, of course, they wouldn't be able to, there was some parameter that wouldn't allow them to actually get a position or work in the city during the summer. So that was one reason. Another reason is, as we're trying to build our workforce in Aurora, this is one way that we can do that. We can actually build, bring on our youth and also career internships, college students, and people who just want to be entry level into the city to learn more about the city, and possibly keep them, if we can keep them coming in for their internship, they might be employable for a job. And we definitely need positions or in each of our departments, as we know we have some positions that need to be filled. So this basically has two different tracks. With the youth internship that we've developed, the first one would be participation through a formal internship program that would be a partnership with Aurora Public Schools and Pickens University or any educational institution identified. This program would not start until the fall, as that is the next available semester for enrollment. The second internship option is available to any youth enrolled in high school at any time throughout the year. This would be for individuals who are interested in internships but is not actively participating in the formal internship program that I presented in option 1. For this option, individuals may reach out to their career counselors at any point, or just if they maybe contact one of us, we can actually forward them to HR to see what available positions they may have depending on their interest. So essentially, this is just a resolution to bring forth that we would create this internship program. We would support the efforts of HR, and I hope that the committee would support it, moving it forward to the full-time council for approval or for discussion. I think it would go to study session for discussion. And if I can take any questions, and I think Ryan and Jennifer are here as well from HR for any additional questions the committee may have.
Councilmember Jurinsky, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions and I support it.
Yeah, Ryan, I'm supportive of this, and I think we'll both be moving this forward. But just for my information, Ryan, what was it that what was the hurdle that had to be cleared in order to make this happen? I mean, what kept holding the kids up in the past, and what were we able to do to overcome it?
Yes, and I apologize, my camera's not working right now, but it was just more of a coordination thing than anything. We didn't have something that was centralized within human resources, so the best that we could do is coordinate them with each department, and some departments had a program in place and could help out, and some of them didn't have a structure in place. So it was really holding up the no formal, avenue or process, and it was dependent upon each department.
Okay, so
Councilmember Zvonek, also, I just wanted to ask Ryan too, there were some issues because we also had to look at the labor laws as well, especially with the age group. Is that correct as well? I know we were working through some of that during the summer.
Yeah, that is another factor, and another reason why it's nice to at least initially have the intake go through HR, so then we can assist and advise when it comes to some of those labor laws. And then Jen's on the line as well, so I don't know, Jen, if you have anything to add about that. You're muted. No. But she might not be able to jump on, but that was, yeah, you're right, Councilmember Lawson. There are some other labor law considerations as well.
Councilmember Zvonek.
Yep, go ahead.
Ryan, so the school that I have us all going up to look at to do the internship program for the diesel mechanics, would that fall into this too, like putting this whole thing together, and would that include this school that I'm working on?
Yes, as Councilmember Lawson has kind of worked with us on it, it would fall within that.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Great. Any other questions for the sponsor or staff? Seeing none, okay, well, we will move this forward, and thanks for bringing this forward. I think this will be a great addition for us to be able to bring some of these kids in as interns.
Okay, well, thank you, Councilmember Zvonek and Councilmember Jurinsky. I appreciate you allowing me to speak today.
Yep. Okay, item 4C. Cesarina, do you want to take this one?
Sure. Yeah, I have 4.
I see you have a bunch. I was going to say, if you want to take them all together, go for it.
Yeah, I can provide a quick summary, and then we can certainly take questions if and as you have any. So we have four Metro District items here, really housekeeping items. The first is for the Aurora Crossroads. They are requesting an increase in their debt limit due to construction cost, materials cost, et cetera. There's some detailed info in the backup. This is a solely, this portion will be commercial. White Buffalo District has acquired additional property that they would like to include in their district and adjust debt limits accordingly. And that is also an industrial project. 4E is South Shore. They are requesting to dissolve their district. So South Shore has districts numbers 1 and 2. This is a request number 1 to dissolve, and they have provided an assignment to the city that any outstanding obligations will be taken on by district number 2 in the future. And then 4F is Trolley Station. They are also requesting to dissolve. The current property owner and developer of this property is not intending to use a district to fund any portion of their project. So they just basically want to dissolve to get rid of any lingering administrative cost for the residents. The request on all 4 of these is to move to study session May 1st. And I'm happy to answer questions. And we do have representatives here for each district if you need any information from them.
I don't have any questions. Councilmember Jurinsky, do you?
No.
Okay, so we will move, what is that, 4C through F forward to the study session.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. 4G, Dam East Special Improvement District, Teresa.
Yes, good afternoon. In 2010, the Dam East homeowners voted to form a special improvement district, or an SID, for the purpose of financing and constructing a masonry wall, masonry fence. We borrowed money to finance that project in 2012. The notes were fully repaid last year. And they're repaid through assessments on the 425 homeowners within the Dam East SID. The project came in under budget to the extent that we have approximately $82,000 left in unused proceeds. And we were approached from representatives of the HOA, the Dam East HOA, to request a refund of those excess proceeds. Through discussions with the city's bond council, it was determined that refunds could be effected without violating tax law. It's very important. And if approved by council, the draft notice of refund, which is included in your packet, will be mailed to the homeowners within that SID, giving them the option to either get a personal check for their share of the refund or to transfer their share of the refund to the HOA. That's the essence of the ordinance, and a question for council is whether or not they will approve this going forward to the study session on May 15th. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions?
No.
I don't have any, and I'm fine with moving it forward. Any concerns moving it forward?
No, sorry, I approve it.
No. Okay. We'll move this one forward to study session.
Thank you.
Yep, it looks like you're back up for the fleet lease purchase.
Yes, so the city has historically utilized lease purchase financing for its heavy fleet vehicles, for the acquisition of their heavy fleet vehicles. The advantages of financing the vehicles includes locking in the prices, therefore avoiding any cost inflation in the future, budget smoothing over the life of the assets, and ownership of the vehicles at the end of the lease term. This ordinance authorizes the city to utilize lease purchase financing to acquire 5 dump trucks, 1 grader, 1 backhoe, 1 asphalt milling machine, and 2 fire engines, including equipment. The ordinance allows for a maximum borrowing amount of $7.5 million. We are currently anticipating $6.5. A maximum interest rate of 5.75 in today's market, which is admittedly wonky. We're looking at about 4%, and then a maximum term of 11 years for the financing. So the question for you is whether or not you approve moving this forward to the May 15th study session. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions?
No questions and I approve it.
Yep, same. So we're good to go. Move this one
Alright.
forward as well.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, Michelle. Quarterly audit update.
Yeah, perfect. So let me share my screen. Share the correct screen. Okay, can you see the full PowerPoint?
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. Great. So I'm going to be going through the first quarter update for internal audit. So as a reminder, Michelle Crawford, City Auditor. Going over today, going to give some overall updates, going through the engagements, what's completed and what's active, audit plan updates, engagement tracking updates, and then completed engagement highlights. So overall updates, we have migrated to our new version of our audit software. We've just completed that this week. The police auditor recruitment remains in progress, and then I was selected as city auditor in February. Sorry, my computer's going a little slow. Completed in the first quarter was the mayor and city council expenses fourth review and the police auditor firearm evidence process review, and I'll be giving a high level overview of those as well. Audit plan updates. So we're moving the mayor and city council expenses to an every other year review. The next review will be in 2024. That's going to allow us a larger population for our review and better utilize our resources to kind of, rather than doing it a little bit smaller review, give us a bigger piece to look at. Additionally, we are adding 2 new engagements in the second quarter. The first one will be around facilities management, and we're finalizing what those audit objectives will be. And the second one is the public works scrap recycling process, and that is underway right now. So overall engagement recommendation tracking updates for any engagement with recommendations remaining, there's about 29% where recommendations are still pending. Additionally, in the backup, you'll see an additional engagement added to the engagement tracking. That is the energy engagement that was finalized in 2018, but it wasn't released for tracking. So we did a limited review in January and made sure those recommendations are still valid, and we've released it and it is now in tracking. It'll be included going forward. For the culture survey, the approach we're taking to tracking those recommendations is a very high level approach. Each department and appointees identified several areas related to culture and engagement they're going to focus on. So we'll just be tracking and getting updates that they're making progress towards looking at those areas for each one. Additionally, we're going to track individually some of the other recommendations. And then completed audits for this quarter. So mayor and city council's expense fourth review, we saw some minor compliance issues related to reimbursements. And then mainly we've identified some process and trainings concerns with administrative staff. So we've recommended to establish clear policies and procedures, including detailed instructions on properly documenting expenses. And what the supervisor there should also be developing a comprehensive training program so employees understand their expectations and making sure they're reviewing and catching things appropriately in a timely manner.
Michelle, in that case, when it says the super, who is that?
So that would be the administrative supervisor that that would be yes, who was just promoted.
Yeah,
So we've met with her about it. So she'll be developing a training program for employees.
Got it. Okay.
And then the firearm review process, which you both were well of, presented to public safety. It goes to the UFL board tomorrow. Again, identified some areas to increase efficiencies in the firearm evidence. And that is my presentation. Are there any questions?
I don't have any. That was one of the least stomach churning updates you've given. So I was, yeah, I don't have questions. Councilman Jurinsky, do you?
No, thank you for that presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that, are there any miscellaneous matters to consider other than the tentative schedule for the next meeting, which is May 23rd at 1 p.m.? That work?
Wait, Let me just look at that because I thought I had to move that one. May 23rd
Mhm.
at 1.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I changed my, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Seeing no other business, then this meeting will be adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you all.